I feel like a drenched cat. Massive rain cloud there. Sunny sky there. Yay! Hi friends, Linda here from my fancy homestead. Today we are in my allotment and we have a lot of things to do. It's the first time in a long time through the winter that I have noticed that we have wood chips on the allotment. So I'm gonna fill up the paths. That's the first job of the day. Second job of the day, I have posts there in the background that have been dislodged by the wind and I need to redo them as well. And the third one, I wanted to see if the wood chips have composted yet, but they have not. And so I can't pull them up to be a compost in my garden on top of the beds. So I will just need to deal with not having it and just putting new wood chip on top. The paths in between the beds have settled quite a lot because last year I filled them up to about like halfway up the beds on the side, so it was like that much covering so that no weeds would come through the sides of the beds out. But yeah, it's way below. It's like about 2 centimeters an inch below the beds now, so I need to top it up. I think that's gonna be the first job of the day.
We are very lucky that in our allotment site the mulch gets delivered quite often during the summers. I have noticed that during the winter there's usually nothing, and well, summers are, I guess, better time to deal with gardens. And as you can see, this one has been here for quite some time and it's starting to break itself down. The quality differs as well every time it gets delivered, so sometimes you get some really nice mulch and sometimes you get something completely different. This time it's different quality, but it is free, so I am very grateful. Organic matter is organic matter and it will all break down into lovely mulch eventually. Well, I hope. Well, I know, but you know what I mean.
It was just super sunny, but in typical English fashion, it's raining now. It's like a very slight drizzle, but I might need to put the camera away just in case, because it looks like it might be like quite a big cloud. It has stopped raining. I am halfway done. As you can see, some of it's done. So half allotment's done and I feel like a drenched cat, you know, when, yeah, like my hair's wet, everything's wet, it has been raining non-stop. But guess what? I think it's literally gonna be sunny within the next 10 minutes. And I'm still like drenched. All of my clothes are wet because I do not have a little shed or anywhere to hide from the rain, and it just happens. As you can see, massive rain cloud there. Sunny sky there. Yay! Okay, I will just continue on and see you when it's sunny here.
I think I will need to keep filling the paths with mulch for years to come because I dug them out to fill my raised garden beds. I couldn't afford to buy that much compost, so that's where I got my soil from, and I am very lucky and happy that Mark came up with this idea and he helped me out. But now we just need to fill them back up with more and more mulch.
Look what I found in the soil. Look at this chunky boy. Look at how massive it is. It's pooping on me, but isn't he cute? I'm gonna put him back. And he's got some eggs as well. Like, this ring usually has some eggs in it. It moves down the worm and eventually it leaves it as a sac in the soil and then they hatch. Oh, he's so eager to go.
When I'm working in the garden, I always get distracted by different animals and different little critters. As I was cleaning off this patch, I found some pill bugs and one of them was pink, so I spent some strange amount of time just looking at it and playing with it. Does anyone else do that? Please let me know. Otherwise I feel like the odd person out, because I just love critters in my garden and I think it is a great way to tell if the garden's healthy.
So it's been an hour of sunshine and I'm really regretting my choice of not bringing any water with me. I'm really hot, I have dried out, but guess what? I can't see you anymore, but can you see the sky? Can you see it? I think it's gonna be another massive rain cloud coming in. This is my 12th load of mulch. I am really tired, but most of the parts are done. What I have left is around the edges. I need to go around with a trimmer and trim it first, because otherwise I'm gonna bury that grass and I will never be able to cut like really nice edge like my allotment site demands. So I'm gonna do that now. I have finished trimming around the edges and everything's tidy. Now I can mulch closer to the edge and then everything will be mulch and everything will be fine. But guess what's happening now? It's raining again. Can you see the cloud? And then that is sun behind it again, and I'm literally underneath the cloud and it's starting to pour down. I am worried about my camera and I will put it away.
This is unfortunately a time when I lost all of my sound again, and because I was putting the camera underneath the bucket to save it from the rain, I unfortunately pressed a different button which muted all of my sound and made all of this video slow motion. I am so sorry. I was explaining here how I have done so much in the allotment, but it doesn't look like it because you can't really see it. If you look at my shoulder, you can see how wet my clothes are again after a second lot of rain. This is basically when I had finished making the paths and the paths were filled. So I'm thinking that if they settle and if they settle unevenly, I will be able to spot fill them with a bucket during the summer. I'm just so happy that it is done, because I know that during the summer you can't get a wheelbarrow down these pathways due to the vegetation just growing on the sides and over and everything spilling in the path, so it's very hard to go. I decided to put some onion sets in today as well, because I do wander around the allotment and I peek around everyone's gardens and I see what everyone's planted, and a lot of people had onions already, so I was thinking that I have missed the train basically already. But anyways, I planted the red ones and the yellow ones. I wanted to deal with the posts, but the posts were too... I needed to have a screwdriver to pull them apart. I forgot it this day, so I will need to come back later.
I am home and this is what I need to deal with now. I went to garden center a couple of days ago and got some flowers for when the like spring flowers are going, and I'm gonna go and plant them now. By the way, I didn't leave any of my tools in the allotment because I could see them which was great. So usually I put these out as I go around, like pre-planning, and then I basically dig them in. So I'm thinking How I'm gonna do this, I do not know, but we're just gonna do it because they need to go in the ground and I'm procrastinating again.
Who else is gardening this way, like the chaotic way of just throwing flowers in wherever they go and then seeing what happens? Where are my people? If I had a larger patch of just patch where I could experiment with and didn't need to make this all super pretty, I would probably just throw plants at it and seeds at it, probably wildflower seeds, and just see what happens. I am so eager to try.
I know it doesn't look like much at the moment, but in my mind's eye it is basically grown, and I have calculated or kind of imagined how they're gonna look when they have grown and flowering. So I have everything from very windy garden to lobelias, nasturtiums, verbena, salvias. What else do I have? Snapdragons. I have like so many different flowers, so I basically want to do explosion. So when the spring flowers completely go and the tulips go, the summer flowers are just gonna explode and it's gonna be so nice and colorful in here. And yeah, if I can't grow vegetables, at least I want to grow some flowers, and so it's like really nice and pretty, and I can spend time here like reading a book or just relaxing. By the way, the white corn is still alive. I don't know how. They survived the night, but tonight's gonna be only 4 degrees Celsius here, and they're coming inside tonight just so that I know that they're not gonna freeze to death.
The last thing we need to do is dig them all in, and then we are just waiting. This is a waiting game. This is very cruel game for people who are not very patient.
Temperature is dropping really fast, and Mark got me a hat. He's helping me to water everything. I have planted everything, and I know it doesn't look like much now, but in a couple of months it's gonna just explode, and I can't wait for that time. But until then, it doesn't look like much at all. Just like I imagine the plants grown, and then that's how I know it's gonna be gorgeous. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. See ya. Bye friends!